coming up.
My portable corral was the first hydraulic portable corral ever. One person, no lifting, 10 minutes.
I want it quality and I want it strong. I wanted it to be the best.
The Rawhide Portable Corral kind of kept coming to the top of the list.
We're getting a lot for the money we're spending.
Learn how the Rawhide Portable Corral is making ranchers' lives easier. Next on The American Rancher. Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. John McDonald of Abilene, Kansas is the inventor of the Rawhide Portable Corral, a heavy-duty system in use on thousands of cattle ranches across North America. Built-in hydraulic controls on the Rawhide make it easy for one person to be ready for cattle in about 10 minutes. The Rawhide Portable Corral was created out of necessity almost 2 decades ago. Back then, John provided the back-breaking service of setting up portable bucking chutes at pro rodeo events.
I'd understood the business of setting up in the sports arenas and that kind of thing. It was hard to find somebody to go with me to set up all that 2-inch round equipment that I had that you had to set up by hand, and that was an all-day ordeal. I knew I could make something on wheels, and then I could go by myself.
He always had this idea, so in 2002, he started working by himself, building these.
I rented a more or less 2-car garage. I would cut parts at the first of the week. I would start building it during the middle of the week, and then I would cover up all my equipment with tarps, and I would paint it in the same building at the end of the week. When I designed this corral initially, the first thing I wanted to do with my mainframe were some things that you could not do with the only portable corral that existed prior to mine. And that was to drive through the corral. If you were leading your cattle, instead of making a U-turn, going back through your cattle, and then they're following you out of the pen, I made my mainframe strong enough and the bow gates wide enough that I could exit the opposite end so that my cattle would follow me in. And then I needed multiple pins for sorting. I've also got it designed in a way that you can split those pins to where you have 4 pins, what I call stacked, elongated. So you can downsize your numbers the closer you get to the alley. Then there are times that people want to do a little bit of sorting, and instead of going to a trailer immediately or dumping the cattle, they want to keep the cattle caught, move them out of their way. So that's when we'll set the corral up in a 3-pin configuration like a clover. The other thing I did was I made it highway capable of driving the speed limit. And I knew that pulling it down the highway, I needed something that was going to pull well, and the trailer could be the anchor to hold the corral in place if the cattle, get a little hot and start bumping things around. But they were never going to take off with it because that main frame was on the ground as the anchor. And it being hydraulic, it was easy for me to take it from transport mode on its wheels, hydraulically with the reverse of the button, set the main frame on the ground, open up your panels. But then it was also solid to the ground. So that main frame has multiple uses. It's the racks, it's the trailer, it's the framework for the gates, it's the alley, and it's the anchor when the corral's sitting in the pasture.
The Rawhide Portable Corral quickly gained a reputation for rugged durability, ease of use, and saving time.
He would go to a farm show and sell a few. He'd come back and build them, and we started doing some advertising, and it just grew as he kept building them and kind of improving them along the way. 2005 is when I quit my full-time job and went to work full-time with him. And it just kind of gradually progressed from there as far as selling them, adding employees to help him, and it's grown to now we have 29 employees total in our company. Since 2002, we have sold thousands of corrals all across the country and Canada. We have corrals in Florida, Washington State, Upper Maine, New Jersey, believe it or not, California, and then definitely the majority of our sales have been in the Midwest because that's where the majority of the cattle are.
The Rawhide Portable Corral works so well that other manufacturers have attempted to copy the design. But unlike other farm and ranch equipment companies, John McDonald's company only builds one product, the Rawhide, and John is obsessed with finding ways to improve the corral's already solid design. No other company can match the durability, attention to detail, ease of use, value, and versatility of the Rawhide Portable Corral.
My portable corral was the first hydraulic portable corral ever, and the first portable corral with multiple pin capabilities because of my pinning system. Our portable corral not only can be multiple size pins, it can also have the head gate and the hydraulic squeeze options to allow you to have a working facility. So instead of having to use the corral to catch your cattle and then take them home so you can give the shots and that kind of thing, you can do all of that in the Rawhide. With the way this system is set up, my wife and myself in our 50s pre-wean vaccinate 250 head of calves, just the two of us, with the way this is set up right now, in 4.5 hours. And the way we do it in this alley, with my hydraulic adjustable alley, we will narrow to a width that works best for those calves at the size they are when we pre-wean vaccinate. And then I will fill this alley up, and then we'll just walk along and then vaccinate those calves as they're staged in the alley. If you load this alley up with those calves, they will stand. And then let those out, bring another little jag in, and do the same thing all over again. And they're all following and flowing because of the way this is set up and the way that, and where the last calves went. So with that corral, I accomplished what I wanted. I had multiple pins. I could even make it 3 pins. And I could set it down on the ground, fold open those panels, and be ready to catch cattle in less than 10 minutes. The mainframe does the lifting. All you have to do is roll the panels open. One person, no lifting, 10 minutes.
Coming up,
I was always putting it through the test. And I'd think about this, well, this might make it better, or that might make it better, or this might make it safer. If I was going to build it, I wanted it to be the best.
learn the details of the excellent craftsmanship that go into every Rawhide Portable Corral here on The American Rancher.
Hi, I'm Bob McLaren with 44 Farms. We have a new program with Walmart called Prime Pursuits, which brings together great Angus producers from around the United States together to provide great beef for the consumer. Producers all around the country, we would love for you to join us in this great pursuit. So please give us a call. We would love to talk to you about the specifics of this great new program. Thank you.
Reproductive success is critical in every profitable cow-calf operation. That's why you need effective, easy breeding with VitaFerm Concept Aid. High concentrations of organic trace minerals and vitamin E found in Concept Aid will ensure more of your cows breed back faster. Plus, you'll be giving your herd the AmaFerm advantage, leading to healthier, heavier, more uniform calves at weaning. VitaFerm Concept Aid. Effective, easy breeding.
Superior Livestock Auction connects producers to buyers across the U.S. through the largest cattle merchandising network in North America.
They're seen by probably pretty much every person buying cattle in the U.S. They pretty much establish the price.
Our customers have a way to purchase bulls without having to physically be at the sale. Because our sale's the second Saturday in February, you never know what the weather might be in the Texas Panhandle.
In 2017, we sold nearly 1.5 million head for top dollar.
When you watch a Superior sale, it seems like that they do bring a premium.
We are several $100,000 ahead of where we would be if we didn't have Superior.
They have done such an extraordinary job in helping us market our program throughout the United States.
Your paycheck is Superior's #1 priority, which is why more producers trust Superior. Call us or go online to learn how to sell your cattle the Superior way.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Inventor John McDonald, his wife Mary, and 2 of their grown children all work full-time creating the only portable corral that is as durable, easy to use, and versatile as the Rawhide Portable Corral.
We have 3 children. They're all grown now. Cassie's our oldest. She works for us. She takes care of all my employee relations and payroll and marketing. Our second daughter, Heather, is a nurse practitioner in Hutchinson, Kansas. And then our son Ethan is our youngest, and he works for us as well. kind of followed in his dad's footsteps, but he wasn't a bull rider, he was a bullfighter. And has since retired from that, though, and he's a family man now, working for us. We sell direct. There's no middleman. Folks that want to call us, get either Cassie or I or Ethan at our office pretty much. We're the ones that are going to sell the corral, and it's built right outside our office in our shop there in Abilene.
We have a 260 by 200 shop with close to 30 employees and cranes and computerized saws. It's a long ways away from where I was 18 years ago.
This is the welding part of the rawhide manufacturing plant. The majority of what's done at this end of the shop is all of the parts that we need for the main frame. The main frame of the rawhide is actually the trailer and the rack for the equipment. 18 years ago when I designed my first corral, I knew what I wanted it to do, and I knew what it had to withstand as far as how cattle were worked and different types of cattle. Some are wild, some are not. I overbuilt and over-designed everything. That's 1/4 inch, 3 by 3 square tubing. There are companies that use a lot lighter material. If I overbuild it, the likelihood of something falling apart is less apt to happen. It has cost me more money, but that's why we have the best built corral in the world. I've added all of this heavier material. The Schedule 80 down here at the bottom, I have this at the back end of the frame near the axle where it takes a lot of abuse from the bounce going down the highway. And these are just gussets. I even make my gussets that support these pieces as heavy as everything else. Some guys will just take flat and they'll just cut a triangle out of flat and stick it up in a corner. And I don't do that. And the way I even gusset the spindle, manufacturer doesn't even suggest that I do that. And we've now shown it after 18 years, we don't have corrals falling apart going down the highway. We have really nice welds because we have really good welders. And these guys take pride in what they're doing. And they see to it that they do a good job for us. But we've tried to set the standard because I don't want something just to fly through here just to get it out of here. I want it quality and I want it strong before we send it out. There's a method behind everything that I've done. Just, you look at this corral and you see the bolt latches, the supports on the gooseneck, the gussets on the gooseneck, the stabilizers on the start post, the collars, the way it pins together, the way I've capped the material to keep, hornets out of it, moisture, the sheeting on the gates to keep the cattle from kicking out, the chains that hold things from moving on all the panels and on the gates, because I believe in safety. I want, when you shut your gate, to be able to chain it so the livestock doesn't spring it open on you. I put the spring latches on all these gates. I constantly was using it, so I was always putting it through the test. And I'd think about this, well, this might make it better, or that might make it better, or this might make it safer. If I was going to build it, I wanted it to be the best. I knew I had to overbuild it to see to it that it could withstand whatever it was going to see when it got out in the public.
The Rawhide Portable Corral is available in the original tongue-pulled configuration or the popular Goose-neck Rawhide Processor. Regardless of the configuration, John and the crew always look for ways to improve the already well-designed and constructed Rawhide Portable Corral, because even small improvements add up to big advantages for rawhide customers.
I've changed the start post. This start post with its stabilizer is where the first panel is mounted. We used to put 2-inch round 11 gauge. Now I've changed this to 2 3/8 Schedule 40 pipe. We didn't have but a few of them bent in 18 years, but it was enough I thought that I needed to change it. And these are actually called slam latches. They're designed in a way that if you adjust it with this nut, double nut, and thread, it'll latch itself when you throw it at the frame. And we do weld chains on here and have a chain latch for safety reasons, in case the cattle get the push on it so it doesn't spring open on the operator. I wanted to have as much human access as possible. So you'll see the man pass gates even though I have my transport wheel right here, I'm able to go through here, because if I have cattle in my alley, I might need to move the cattle along, or I might have to give the calf or the cow a shot. We used to use this particular collared hinge system for all of our man-pass gates. We used the collars welded to the gate and then a washer above, and they seem to hold little pieces of rust from rainwater and that kind of thing. And so they get pretty squeaky and loud right here next to where you're working your livestock. So it's just more or less something that had been an irritant for me. So we decided to not do this anymore, and we're currently putting a greasable bullet hinge on these gates. So you can grease this, the gate's gonna be quiet.
Coming up.
Over the course of time, we realized that the Rawhide Portable Corral kind of kept coming to the top of the list.
Hear what a few ranchers have to say about their Rawhide Portable Corrals right after this. You're watching The American Rancher.
In 1994, Superior Livestock Auction introduced nationally recognized value-added programs to the American beef industry. Now, cattle sold on Superior Livestock video auctions get top dollar when a program is behind them. The USDA-approved, third-party audited Superior Verified program verifies source and age of your calves. Superior Progressive Genetics identifies load lots of cattle sold on Superior that are sired by Top Genetics. NHTC verifies the source, age, and non-hormone treatment status of your calves. These and other Superior value-added programs are just another way that Superior Livestock is improving the beef industry and bringing more dollars to your bottom line. Individual programs start at just $1.22 per hundredweight.
So you can't make any money any faster than investing $3 and getting $40, $60, $70 back.
Call or go online to find out more about Superior Livestock's value-added programs.
The Superior Country page is your 24/7 marketplace for buying and selling load-lock calves, feeders, breeding stock, and other cattle. Cattle ranchers like the Country page because it's easy to use, and they get the jump on current market conditions by putting cattle in front of buyers right now. Cattle are ready for sale in minutes, so buyers can start bidding. Call or log on today to find out how the Superior Country page can work for you.
Take control of current market conditions on Superior Livestock's weekly video auction. Register your lot load cattle by Tuesday, sell them on Thursday, putting you 2 days from money with the largest cattle marketing network in North America. Superior Livestock's weekly video auction has over 8,000 active and qualified buyers, and they're paying top dollar. Yep. Jump in. The bidding is hot. Call us or click superiorlivestock.com to learn more.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Inventor John McDonald and his team have built thousands of Rawhide Portable Corrals for satisfied customers across the U.S. and Canada. Here's what some of them have to say about their Rawhide.
On our particular operation, it expanded, and we went not only in Utah but here in Idaho, and we needed corrals in both places and decided to look into a portable corral if there was one. So I went on the internet, and to my surprise, there were quite a few to choose from.
Over the course of time, we realized that the Rawhide Portable Corral kind of kept coming to the top of the list.
The one thing that we really like about it is it can be configured according to our needs. For example, if we're sorting calves, we can have 2 wings, sort the calves on one side, the cows on the other. For shipping, the same thing. Can bring them in from both sides of the processor. I care about the people who work for me that operate running the calves and the cattle through there, and I think a lot about my animals, want it to be safe for them, and the Rawhide Corral provides both. It's a very safe environment. The other thing too is we were getting a lot for the money we were spending.
Our portable tub alleyway chute combination was getting pretty well worn out. One of our neighbors purchased one of the processors, and we got them to bring it out and use it on one set of our cows on a rented farm. And after using it, we pretty much decided that that was the best option to go with for our setup. The reason that we chose a processor over some other options was the durability and the versatility, how it can set up in so many different situations, which we have several places we take it to. It only required one truck to take the corral and a head gate and all that we needed. With some of the other systems, you had to take a separate working chute. Since we have used it now for over 2 years, the best feature I think about the processor is the versatility, that we've not had it anywhere that we can't make it work. It is just so adjustable to different situations. We use it for a lot of different things, even sometimes just as a fence, opening it up to move cattle from one pasture to another. It's been a very time-saving and very versatile piece of equipment. And the McDonald family has been great to work with. It's just been a real good fit for our farm.
We're constantly having to use gates and hauling back and forth on the back of a pickup truck, and it just took up a lot of our time. And also, by the time that we would get the cattle in, they were tired, and it was just more stressful on everyone. So we knew there had to be a solution. We have several friends that are in the same business that we are, that have corrals that we were around and actually borrowed occasionally. And just after a couple times of using them and figuring out what type of corral would work best for our operation, that's kind of how we figured out that Rawhide was the way to go. The best feature of the Rawhide Portable Corral would be its versatility to adapt to any place that we go. We can pretty much set it up and make it work in the middle of a pasture field or in a smaller area. It just works wherever we go, and it makes our life easy.
We have recommended the Rawhide processor to some neighbors who have purchased them.